I'd like to welcome Ty Collins to the show. Ty, welcome. You might recognize Ty. He was on the show previously when you first started with us.
When I first started, yeah.
That was what, almost 3 months ago?
Almost 3 months ago, yeah.
And Ty's had tremendous success. We're going to visit about that here in a little bit. But he's here to show us how to perform a tricep dip, which is a great exercise for your triceps that you can perform at home or at your gym. So show them what we're going to do, Ty. We're on a bench here. At home you can use a sofa or a stool, whatever you want. Basically, he's going to work. I can say this. We have him in a beginner's position here with the knees bent. Ty, why don't you go up and down, watching the elbow. It's bending as he goes down, straightening as he goes up. That's the responsibility of the tricep. With Ty in a bent knee position, there's a lot of his body weight that is on his legs. That's going to make it easier on the arms, and that's exactly how you should start off. This could be a very challenging exercise if you are a beginner or if you're overweight, because you're lifting the weight of your body with your arms. Not only are the triceps working here, but we're also getting some shoulder muscles working and some chest muscles. So there's a little bit of everything, but the biggest muscle, the prime mover for this exercise is the triceps. A great way to tone up the back of the arm. I didn't tell you how many you do, buddy. You're just going to town.
I normally do.
Okay. Ty, 3 months ago, you were 267.
Yep.
And this was a big investment that you made.
Big investment.
He made a considerable investment in himself here at Sensible Fitness. And what do you think? 3 months later, how do you feel? I
feel a lot better. It's probably the best thing I've ever done, and it was a good health decision for me personally to do, and it's been pretty amazing so far. Yeah.
Okay. Now his primary goal was to lose weight.
Yeah.
We were looking not necessarily at adding muscle, but toning.
Yeah.
And in 3 months, he has lost 28 pounds of fat.
Yeah.
At the same time, gained muscle. You say some people are noticing out there. I mean, you're getting compliments here and there.
Yeah. I mean, people say things, and it's just amazing, just because I can tell the difference in my clothes, just energy level, everything. It's been pretty awesome.
That's great, buddy.
Got a long ways to go, but I'm looking forward to it.
You're right on track, though. You're right on track.
Yeah.
He's lost over 2 pounds a week, and I was visiting with him. Generally, if you lose more than 2 pounds a week, you're losing some muscle mass too. But we've monitored his body fat, and he's gaining muscle. He's not losing muscle. So you're doing better than what we normally like to see, which is great.
That's good.
And I know it's summertime now, and he's been out golfing and maybe cheating a little bit on the diet, so to have such incredible results and still be able to enjoy life a little bit is fantastic, huh?
Yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Let's do another set here. This time I'm going to have Ty walk his feet out a little bit. The more you walk your feet out, the more weight that goes onto your arms, so this is going to make it more challenging for him. Once you master this, you could have your knees go all the way straight, or actually put your feet up on a bench, and that makes it considerably harder. There's also a Swiss ball. I don't know if you've seen the great big exercise balls at the gym. You can put your feet on top of that, and that really takes the exercise to a new level. The exertion phase on this exercise is when Ty is lifting his body weight up, so that's typically when we ask you to exhale. You never want to hold your breath during exercise. But he's doing a great job keeping his back fairly close to the bench. You don't want your butt to drift towards your heels. That's a way of cheating. We go straight down and straight up, lifting that body weight with the arms. Again, can be very, very challenging. All right, Ty, speaking of very, very challenging, how hard has this lifestyle change been for you?
Actually, it's been a lot better than what I thought. Your initial break into a new kind of routine, it's a little bit challenging as far as you're fatigued, you've got muscle soreness, all the things that you would have
right
when you're starting a new exercise program. But it actually has not been that bad. It just gives you so much more energy, and it helps me with my job. I just feel so much better about the day, and then when you come in here, it's great. It's really great.
Sticking to the diet we give you, is that a troublesome, or?
I think it's a challenge for anybody who's ever dealt with weight issues, and I've always dealt with that, and it's just a battle you have to fight, every day. But overall, this definitely helps keep you on a on a good routine to stay focused.
The accountability of a trainer.
Absolutely.
I mean, you have to answer to us.
Absolutely.
So
it's good.
Now, I mean, most people say they don't have the time or they don't have the money for a trainer. Now, you're 28 years old, and
right.
you made a pretty big investment here.
Yeah.
What do you say to the people that don't have the time or feel that they have the money? Is it a matter of priorities, or?
I think the biggest thing is you got to be willing to look at where you are and where you could be in the future health-wise, and you say can you put a price on your health?
Okay.
I felt like that this was minute compared to what it could cost me down the road.
Right.
In health costs and just in all that in general.
Right.
So.
It's rare to hear what I'm hearing from Ty, because I've worked with the overweight population for years, and I've seen people lose the weight and get off of insulin,
yeah.
get off of blood pressure medicine, get off of cholesterol medicine, and then 3 months later, they've gained the weight back.
Right.
For some reason, the motivation of staying healthy was not enough to overcome the issues with eating or being inactive, whatever it might be. So, I mean, it's rare to hear people actually say, I did this for my health.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's vanity. They want to look better, I can care less how I feel.
Everybody wants to look better, but
yeah.
I think ultimately when it comes down to, thinking, where am I going to be at when I'm 50 or 55?
Right.
Am I going to be constantly in the hospital having work done or whatever?
Right.
You look at it that way, it makes a big difference to take care of it now while you still can.
Did your weight come on slowly or over
I
time?
think just over time.
Okay.
Yeah. It's been a long battle.
Has it? Okay.
Yeah.
Because we've had several people on the show. Becky, you've met Becky. She lost 138 pounds. She said, a little bit each year, and next thing you know, she's over 300 pounds. It's like amazing.
Well, a lot of mine was up and down. I would lose it, and then I would put it back on, and I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that I was just doing it by myself,
right.
and really didn't have anybody that really knew the best way to go about that, and I could go and lose 20-25 pounds and in a relatively short period of time, but
yeah.
as soon as I kind of got out of the routine, then it was over a period of a year or something like that, I put it back on. So
right. You didn't truly lose it if you found it again.
I was gonna say.
You've lost it this time, buddy. It's gone. We're not going to look for it. You're not going to find it again.
Yeah.
All right, Ty, thanks for being on the program.
Thank you very much.
And we'll see more or less of Ty in the future. A lot less, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.